I was gonna play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Fuck me. I drink Powerade and it fucks with me. Mouth gets all, I don't know. Powerade just fucks with me. Yeah, the Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night won't allow me to fucking stream it. So I was like, I wanted to play a fantasy game on 4th of July. So I figured I'd just play this. If you're wondering why I'm not setting off fireworks on the 4th of July, good question. My dog is terrified of fireworks, and I got off work at like 9:30, so I don't know. I'm just not feeling like setting off fireworks. I streamed a bunch of Minecraft last night to from midnight to 6 in the morning. And it royally fucked me up. So I was tired of shit when moving heavy freight at work today, so. And I apologize for any firework noises in the background. It is, of course, 4th of July. I figured it'd be interesting for me to do a holiday stream. I don't really celebrate New Year's, so I'll probably stream during New Year's as well. Do that? Fuck me. God, fuck these glitches. I haven't beaten the tree guy. He's the only guy I haven't beaten. But also at the same time, I haven't beaten 3 levels of the dungeons. So that's still a challenge I'll have to overcome. I'm getting better with each run. I think I can get sometimes 2 bosses now. Especially if it's the fire, ice, or air dude, back to back. I don't know the proper shit to fight this guy. Damn. Took a lot of damage through this shit. I just gotta beat this fucking tree dude. Like, he is the bane of my existence right now. Just because his attacks are a little, like, fucking, they just do so much knockback and damage. Getting a lot more health drops and shit now. Only a few enemies left. I still haven't found the merchant that sells health. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't go spend time with my family for 4th, my family fucking sucks. None of them invited me to spend 4th of July. My own mom didn't even. At least with my dad, I know that he doesn't celebrate it. My mom, my grandparents, no one invited me. So. Still can't apparently find that one. There he is. Don't fuck me on this. Sea Archer, not terrible. Ooh, fuck. Now I gotta fight this fucking grass cunt. Grass cunt clipping. I might have a chance. This guy's a bitch. Oh shit. Got him. Woo! Party like a rock star. Yeah. Yay! Fuck yeah! I killed that one dude now, so now I've kind of got them all down. Also, that guy didn't like fucking just keep spamming that one attack. He only did it like 2 or 3 times. Oh, what the fuck? I'm a fucking idiot and didn't watch my money. Alright, I'm gonna go buy health. It's a decent amount. If I can pick some off at enemies, I'd be pretty well set. And if I don't get hit by the this floor boss, not the final boss, but like this level mini boss bullshit. That's this one. If I can find health and just take a minimal amount for the next guy, I should be fine to fight this bitch. She's not too bad and the ice chick's not too bad. The air guy is actually one of the most difficult out of all of them. The air guy and the rock guy, the two girls are actually really easy to beat. Because they're... The ice chick just has that one attack that's really hard to get through that freezes you, but if you like, you can run around it, but you can't go through it. So if you're in a corner, you're fucked. The fire chick has that straight line double hit. What the fuck? I could get the enhanced version of that, that'd be nice. Taking a lot of damage. If I can find the health shit, I should be good. Where the fuck is this vendor? God damn it. Yes. Jesus, that guy's got new moves. Got him. Ooh, fuck that. I was gonna say, he doesn't normally do the deal where he flips up his arms and they fling at you. He's just supposed to do the jump and disperse, so their moves change based on what layer of the dungeon you're on. God, and I don't get any health. Oh my fuck. My stupid sprite almost fucked me on that. God. I gotta find the health guy and fast. So those guys suck. God, that shit. That one's too slow. Fuck Ice Seekers, I know what those are. Defense. Resistance to fire base, increased max health. Increases all damage dealt. Triple crit. That might work. Oh, lovely, they saved Big Dick for the end. Fuck off. What's this game about? Oh, apparently it's weird, because, like, this game kinda has a story, but at the same time it doesn't. So you basically walk into a museum, and in your time frame, you're like 100 years or so past this thing that I'm doing right now. So there's like a museum that commemorates magic that you can use inside the museum, and only in there with a day pass or whatever, and then an amulet from the original events of the Wizard of Legend bullshit tournament, fighting kings and stuff like that, with sends you back in time to when the stuff actually happened, and then it just lets you free to do it. There's no like additional story beyond that. It's pretty like, it's like all in a 15-minute period that you're just introduced, and it just lets you go free. Wait, what? I don't like the spells I have. Yeah, and it's basically you just get like 4 spells. One's a dash spell, and then 3 of them are, there's a basic and then an actual attack spell. And you get all of those, and you just keep buying them with the currency you get for killing shit in the dungeons, and then you can mix and match spells and figure out what best works for you. And I currently don't know what happens, but it wants me to go through one run without dying beating 3 bosses and 6 levels of dungeon, which is really hard because like I'm still on the first level and I've already lost 140 damage. You can sometimes pick up health items, but they're pretty rare. The range sucks. Yes, I'll buy that. Asshole. Basically, you're just trying to find the end of your dungeon, which is this. This guy's a fucking joke. Got him. Oh, damn it, I'm just 1 gold short. If I can find 1 gold piece. There we go. I can enhance my Y spell now. Yeah, basically what happens is you can get buffs while in the dungeon. No, not the green one. I think it's blue. Not the blue one. Not red. Fuck. It's purple. You can enhance your spells while in the dungeon, but you can't do it outside of, and then they go away when you die. You could also swap them out while in the dungeon. You can also swap them out outside of the dungeon. It's just whatever. This game's pretty chill, interesting. But some of the bosses get intense, like, I've kind of got this guy down, but he's still difficult. The fire chicks, a bit of a mixed bag, and the fucking tree dude will fuck my shit up. He's a level 3 earthbending mage.
And that is just a joke, Heat. Is there different classes? No, basically, you're just a mage. The whole premise is it's a mage trial, so like you're a mage who has different spells that perform differently, which can make you feel like individually different. So like if you and a friend play this game, you'll never like probably use the same spells. There are some that are more peculiar, but a lot of them have different uses. But no, there's no. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't have enough. Also, you have like a supercharge that like whenever you fill up your combo meter, you get to use more powerful version of that spell. It's like that spell's ultimate. Oh yeah, I can't fall down. Because he's a dick. Which one's this one? The Lancer, fuck. Oh shit. Alright, now here is the Wind Boss, who is a dick. I hate him. Oh, and they have elemental-based puns. God damn it. God, this guy's a dick. God, keep... This guy's a bitch. Yeah. Oh, fuck me. Didn't have the right spells for that one. Does it have 2 charges? The tiny shuriken? Are you feeling better, Puppy? Are the fireworks scaring you? Are they being mean to you? Are they a meanies? Oh, they're so mean. Come here. Come here. Oh, yeah. You come here. You come here. You get better privileges. Yep. You've been so behaved with all these fireworks going off. I just don't like it. I get it. I get it. Level 2. Level 2. Lie down. Good dog. Wait, what? This might work. I can give it a shot. Oh, man. Rush forward, ignite fiery aura around you that burns foes you come into contact with. Lasts a bit too. Wouldn't be too bad. Ah, but I'm in the fucking fire zone first. Hey. No, I see you trying to get those chippies. You better come right here. You better come right here. You better come right here. You better lie down. You better lie down. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay, you cuddle monkey. Damn it. I need to change up my fucking inventory. $50 more health. Wait, what? So confused. Huh.
that shit sucks. Trying to figure out what the fuck I want. This might actually be a decent combo. Oh, yes, and I'm in a good place for fucking fire. I think fire's strongest against fucking this guy. When I think nature, I think trees and grass, so... No shit, already. Oh, I know what I'm going for. Oh, look at that. I have enough.
Get fucked. Battleground. I always find you play these super obscure games. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you just play mainstream games, you're just going for the views, man. You can't just stream mainstream games. You gotta play what you like, and you gotta dabble in the stuff that no one's seen. It keeps it interesting. It changes it up. You know, my dog is trying to eat my Powerade bottle cap. This is not a chew toy. This is a bottle cap. No, it's just how I am. I like to play every game, no matter how obscure or not. I like indies. Indie games are like the greatest thing ever. Shit. Cough, cough, cough. Fortnite cough. No, I completely agree. A lot of people are just playing Fortnite for views. And like it's just sad because they're not having a good time, or they're just in it for their stupid fucking creator codes, which gets them even more money. And it's just how Fortnite's been bribing the fucking YouTube community. YouTube is basically dead. YouTube has devolved into Fortnite, and I hate it. And there are some Twitch streamers who are like, hey, we want to play what we want and have a good time. And there are some Twitch streamers that are just like, hey, use my creator code, because I'm a bastard and only care about money. Oh, you want to watch me have diverse content? Oh, that doesn't exist on this channel anymore. Now we're just purely a fucking Fortnite channel. Like, that's some dumb shit. Basically, Fortnite has ruined some of my favorite content creators, like Wildcat and basically I Do Work, and it fucked with like the entire Vanoss crew, because then they weren't able to play together, and because I guess Vanoss didn't like it, which I understand completely. That game is just a fucking cash cow. But it also like just created a community of like stupid shit. Like, there are fucking Fortnite trading cards now. Like, I nothing else to say. I think I'm done. Minilad has a creator code. He hates Fortnite. He just says he uses it to help. Yeah, and that's true. He does acknowledge it, but Minilad also doesn't even fucking play video games anymore. Like, he dabbled in VR chat recently, but like most of his stuff is that stupid like, hey, let's do meme streams, because he jumped on a bandwagon too. Minilad used to be one of my favorite people because like he was so real and you could relate to him, and now he's just like, hey, I'm just gonna do memes. Like, he originally planned to just do a gaming and meme channel, but now his channel has devolved mostly into like just meme streams. And it's the dumbest thing. I hate it. These people are turning into things they weren't originally. And yes, I get it, as people we grow, but like, they're not turning into better things. They're turning into worse things. And it's just creating more divisions, and I just hate it. Like, I just want people to play video games and have a good time. I don't want my fucking video game content creators to be like, let's do memes in Fortnite. Like, that's not what I want. It's the opposite of what I want. Minilad's such a fucking idiot that, like, whenever he was finally getting himself composed and he was like, hey, if I balance it out right and do fucking video games and memes, that'll be fine and that'll make people happy. No, I'm just gonna do memes. Oh, and I can't pay my mortgage? and I have to get rid of my supercar that I shouldn't have barely been able to afford in the beginning, but if I kept working hard, I'd be able to do it. And now he doesn't fucking work hard, he just fucking does meme streams, and that shit's not hard to do. He even has his own fucking editor, like he doesn't do any of his work anymore. Like that's just fucking lazy. Better than the majority of streamers, I don't mind the meme streams it gives you. Yeah, but the meme streams are all the same, and half the time it's the same fucking memes too that like don't help it. They just make it that much more boring. Like the gnome one was a constant in like monthly fucking ones. Like I broke the pinata. Lightning aspect. Oh wow, I just become lightning. But like, Minilad isn't even doing his fucking gaming channel. Minilad has just evolved into memes, and he is literally no better than PewDiePie. And pretty sure he used to make fun of PewDiePie. Fucked. Minilad could make money off of fucking video games. The reason he doesn't make money off of fucking video games is because he quit playing with his fucking friends. Minilad himself is decently okay, but the problem is their content revolved around each other, kind of like Fitz and the Misfits group. But Minilad decided he'd go off and do his own thing and kind of bit himself in the ass. Which is why every time he gets to the low points of like whenever he separates, he hops back in for another fucking play with Vanoss so he can mooch off of him. And I don't even like Vanoss. God damn it, I almost had him. Dude, okay, tell me when you're back so that way I know, but like, the whole demonetization thing, like, everyone struggled with that, but they've all done their same thing. The problem is he can't figure out what he wants to do. And he's just now thinking, maybe I'll just do all streams of just fucking memes and shit like that. And it's just not working out for him. You can't get an audience of millions of people and then change what you do. Of course they're not going to be happy. He literally stated he's going to lose half of his audience because of a fucking favoritism over memes, which is why he was going to create 2 different channels. And even then, that fucking backfired because he never went through with it. So he just ended up pissing off more people. singled out though. I don't like singled out shit. That one's not a bad one. Let's try this. Gonna hop on your phone and watch. Okay. Alright, well, basically you missed my comment about, like, Mini sealed his fate with demonetization and stuff because, I mean, demonetization changes constantly. Like, fucking Fitz and them barely get hit. It's not as bad as he makes it out to be. He's just trying to fucking cover his ass. Mini's big fucking problem was he got over fucking millions of people to start following him, liking him, and shit like that. And then he made the mistake of like, hey, I want to take my content in a different direction. Which is always a problem for streamers and content creators. Because if you change something, the chances are that some people might not like it. Well, congratulations, you've got millions of fucking people following you and watching you. Of course you're gonna have a fuck ton of people not like it. So basically, he even admitted his audience was divided 50-50 between people who wanted him to do memes and people who wanted him to still do gameplay. So he's like, hey, I'll do 2 channels. Never mind, he changed his mind. He even has his own editors. He could very well just make his editor work more, and it would be no fucking skin off his own back. He doesn't even do his own editing. He's just stupid and he doesn't think before he acts. And that pisses me off. Because he used to be so much better than that. Minilad basically couldn't make up his mind, then changed the direction of the way he did things, which lost him pretty much. Like, he still has the subscribers, but like his viewer counts are just meh. And like, he's resorted to only streaming and then just posting his meme streams. Like, he's just all over the place. And like, you can't go from watching the Misfits to watching Mini and believing half of the shit he says, because they do shit way worse than he does, and they don't filter that shit, and they don't get demonetized. So, I've basically just lost respect for him, Tyler, and Vanoss, because Vanoss... See, here's the thing. Whenever you create content, you have to swap between changing things up, keeping it flexible, while also at the same time keeping to what you do. You have to figure out what you are. I don't like watching Vanoss anymore, and that's because, like, basically their entire friend group split up over Fortnite and a bunch of other stuff, and like, half of his friends have pretty much came out as fucking sellouts. So like, I can't honestly enjoy it. I enjoy like the side characters that he doesn't even treat as friends, or keep involved in his fucking videos. Like, if you listen to the Misfits podcast, you find out that Vanoss is actually kind of a dick, because he brought Smitty in when he was desperate, and once he didn't need Smitty anymore, he just dropped him. He didn't even let Smitty play Gmods or anything like that. Like, he's a fucking prick. So Smitty had to play other stuff. He did the same thing pretty much to Cryos. Like, when you listen to the Misfits podcast and you hear these people's personal fucking stories and the way shit happens, and you know that they go through the same fucking struggles, and you get to hear what these people are like outside of fucking all that shit, you can't go back. You're like, these guys are fucked. And I get it. When people create content, they have to make deals and stuff like that. It's business sense. It makes sense. But you don't have to become an entire sellout. Like, you can do fucking sponsorship deals. You can play a game because someone paid you to do it. That's cool. As long as you go back to doing what you're doing. Because you have to find alternative ways to make money. I get it. But you can't pull what Tyler pulled and basically go, I'm going full Fortnite, because that's bullshit. Nowhere in the entirety of this channel had shit ever been the same, other than he had constantly done Gmods in the past, which they had given up on long ago when they still played video games, so it was still alright. My only thing that I can say truly is I hate Fortnite, and it's done a lot of it's brought a lot of awareness to video game culture, so I'll respect it for that. And I respect it for another reason. It has shown me how greedy people really can be and how much they'll suck Fortnite's dick for fucking money. So basically I do work. I am Wildcat and Minilad. Minilad didn't really suck Fortnite's dick for money, but with like their friend group splitting up and stuff, he started to show some of his true colors. Like, he basically pulled the same thing they did, but instead of switching to Fortnite, he hopped over to memes, which, it's funny to like send a meme or two, and it's funny to do that shit, but your entire content shouldn't revolve around it. Like, not even PewDiePie, of all people, has just meme content. Like, he actually plays games and shit, so like, hey, at least he changes it up. Because there's a balance here, as I say, where I'm like, you can't just switch directions, meaning you can't perform a total shift in direction, because people don't want that. But to keep stuff diverse and have multiple categories is perfectly fine. But you can't go from like, hey, I'm playing video games, to, hey, now I'm just a meme channel. Because people originally watched you for video games. You can be video games and like joking comedy and some memes on the side. PewDiePie has shown us that. But you can't do what that is and just basically just go memes, like, and then very rarely, very especially rarely, decide to do a fucking video game gameplay, like, and half the time it's sponsored. Like, you just can't. It's a fucked system. Don't make it worse. What's this? Oh, fuck. That was only the first level. I'm fucked. But no, it's my problem with people who change it up. Like, yes, your content has to evolve over time. Like, an example of someone whose content is dying, but somehow keeping it up with his true fan base. Oh, Josiah, what's up?
Oh, nothing much.
Why do you sound like something funny happened?
Oh, it's not funny.
What happened?
Oh, so I was on my way home, and there's two cars in front of me on the interstate. Second one starts passing without turn signal, so I go, good turn signal, asshole. He doesn't stop in the left lane. He keeps going. And then I think the second he hit the shoulder was when the drunk idiot woke up.
What the fuck?
Oh, dramatic effect. No, I mean my controller disconnected.
I figured.
Yeah, when he hit the shoulder and the drunk idiot woke up, then he veered back on the interstate. Mind you, I'm the only car behind him. And I'm like, fuck. So I hit the brakes. And then he swerves back to the left to try to correct himself and took like a header into a concrete median.
Jesus.
And then he goes back out and then back into the ditch and he gets stuck. So I flick on my hazard to pull over, going, fuck, someone's dead. Get out of my car and there are two cars behind me. After I had figured out how my hazards work, because I have never used them before. So I was like,
Don't you just
I
push
leave?
in on your multi-purpose switch?
Yeah, I did that, but then I was like, do I leave the car running? I don't want to waste the gas. That was the joke part of this. So then I get out, the person behind me's pulled over with their hazards on. Then there's this mysterious sedan that I never interacted with. Have no idea what his story is. The person behind me is an elderly mother with her 3 children in a minivan. And she's calling the police. And about halfway there, I realize I'm hearing tires squealing. And I look over at the truck, and the idiot's trying to get out of the ditch. By the time I've gotten to the minivan, he has gunned it back on the interstate, cutting off, mind you, 3 people. And forced it down the interstate. And she's just like, the fucker just gunned it down the interstate and is driving sporadically. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how he's alive. And that was
Fucking
my night
Jesus.
20 minutes ago. I'm on so much adrenaline. Gonna be up for the next
do you wanna know what I did
28
today?
hours. Jerked off at home.
God, if only. No, I pull up to my house and, like, in the middle of a 4-way intersection, everybody's got their fucking fireworks set up. And, like, the idiots go to move their shit because they think I'm driving through, and I go to park my truck on the corner, and they all look at me, and I look back at them, put in my headphones, and I go, if one of you fuckers' fireworks hits my truck, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I go inside.
Nice.
And then the entire time, like, one of them just kind of gives me this cockeyed look, and I just, like, holding up my middle finger as I walk inside. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. And I walk inside to find, like, my dog hurled up in a corner, like, and I'm just like, aw, you poor baby.
That's just because you came
And
home.
then those fucking jackasses were fucking setting off fireworks, and they were falling onto our fucking siding roof. So, like, you could hear the ting 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 ting, and I'm like, those fucking cunts.
Our days were drastically different. I saw sparks,
and,
but that was
I
from
just
the
found
truck at
out
the concrete
that-
median.
A bunch of my workers were involved with, like, a major drug bust years back that apparently the one manager was involved with. Like the drug loop continues, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? And apparently, the new worker we got, whose name is Sissy, hates fucking the old manager we had, whose name's Misty, and the worker we got rid of named Amber. And the dumb older bitch who was involved with that drug bust she was also involved with it, but she got clean and straight. But she got thrown under the bus, and all the other druggies said that she was the ringleader when she wasn't. Like they said that she was a dealer. So she got put in the newspaper as the drug kingpin of town. Which, if you've met her, you would know immediately that that's dumb as shit. Like, she's like, yeah, I did drugs, but, like, I'm not... She's like, I don't condone it, and I have kids now, and I had to get myself straightened out. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I get it. And she goes, so yeah, I hate fucking that one lady and her sister and all that, because I guess the ex-manager's sister had told police for a fucking statement so she could get less jail time that lady was the ringleader, even though it was a fucking lie. So she got longer jail time for it, got out, and threatened to beat the fuck out of that old manager and her fucking sister because they threw her under the bus when they were worse off than she was. Because, like, they're still fucking dealing and shit. Like, they're the fucking ringleaders. You know what I mean? Like they're still involved with, like, drug dealers and shit. Like, if anyone was a ringleader, it'd be everyone else. So that was fucking retarded. So the fucking old bitch goes, I don't know how she'll feel whenever Ashlyn comes back. And I go, is there another involvement of dumb shit, you motherfucking assholes? And I'm like, do I need to be aware of the dumb shit that you fuckers did in your past, and how every one of you has fucked each other over? Because this shit's starting to get excessive. First I find out someone hires the fucking drug dealer, then I find out you're all involved with fucking drugs, then I find out you were all fucking getting drug busted in a serious case that spanned the city and took out like 50 fucking people at once from an undercover cop. And I'm like, what the fuck were you guys into? Like, apparently it was some serious shit. And then they made the other worker, who was the good lady, who, the one we got, that, like, she just got out of rehab and everything. Well, like, got it over with, because I guess she had to have it for, like, years and years. She had to have it for a few years, so she finally got off parole, I mean. Not rehab. So, they threw her under the bus, and she had to fucking have the longer sentence because of it. And this old bitch is sitting here like, I don't know how she'll react, I think it's fucked. And I'm like, you know, she hasn't talked shit on anyone in here other than the people who aren't here. And she doesn't like drama. And I'm like, and if you start fucking drama, I will kick you the fuck out. Because I don't care how long you've fucking been here. I prefer her over you any day. And I'm like, I'm tired of you fucking sleazeballs and your fucking druggy disappointment messes. And I said, she got herself fucking cleaned, and she's kind of fucking doing shit. So, like, at least respect that, and leave her the fuck alone. Like, when we hired her on, she's like, I had jail time with her. And I was like, okay, what does that matter? Because most people who have jail time with someone are like, oh man, it's good to be out, man. It's like you and me, we're free, you know? No. Apparently she's like, I'm not comfortable with it. And I go, why the fuck not? She won't tell me. Apparently she was involved with all that shit and also threw her under the bus. And I'm like, you know, if she were to kill all of you today, I don't think I'd feel sorry for you, dumbasses. You just think it's okay to fuck other people's lives up? Like that is all the shit that happened in one day today. I find out all that shit, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. I'm like, you fucking idiots. Oh, and to add insult to injury, none of my family invited me to do anything with them for 4th of July.
Did they do something for 4th of July, like all of them together?
Every one of my family members did shit for 4th of July. My mom did shit for 4th of July with her family. My grandparents did 4th of July with my uncle. And all my cousins did 4th of July. I was invited to none of it.
Damn.
And then they're like, well, and then one of the family friends is like, why don't you just show up? And I said, fuck that. I said, if they'd have wanted me there, they would have fucking asked. I said, this is why I fucking hate holidays, because I get to find out how shitty my family actually is. So I've just had a shitty day with that added on, and then like I come home to like my dog freaking out, so I've just kind of been chilling before I started up my stream an hour and a half ago. Comforting my dog until the fireworks stopped, which I think they have now. Yeah, they stopped around midnight-ish. Yeah, around midnight-ish, I think. But no, so all that shit happened. Oh, but yeah, no, I was telling you when you were asking what days off. The reason I said the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th is I'll probably come up the 23rd, make a pit stop in Hayes, come up late the 23rd night, the 24th, my birthday. I figure we'd all go around town, dick around, maybe go to the bars, and then maybe go catch a movie or some shit. And then the 25th would be like, we do whatever we want to finish up on, and then I'll head home that day.
Okay. So, yeah. So that's going to basically to what get off on, so that way I knew, and it sounds like what I'll probably do is I'll work my 10 to 5 on the 23rd, because you won't be until late anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'll take the 24th off, and then depending on if they switch me off to mornings or evenings on the 25th, I'll either leave that, I'll just leave that kind of ambiguous at this point, because I asked them to switch me to mornings, but it's really sounding like they're gonna just leave me at nights for that one, which I don't like, but it's also not bad, because I mean, I get to stay up late last night and do stuff, and then sleep in, and then I can wake up and do stuff, and I go to work.
By the way, we stayed up till 6 in the fucking morning yesterday playing fucking Minecraft.
Yeah, I know I dropped off.
We went to the Ender and got diamonds.
Did any of you find out where I was living?
No,
Good.
I don't think I did. Why did you hide?
Just 'cause that's what I do. You still haven't found half the shit I've done in your world.
Sean's run across a few things, I think, because he keeps asking me if I've done stuff, and I'm like, never been there. He's like, must have been Josiah. But
I don't know what it could be. Unless you dug down and found all my tunnels.
did you make a bunch of tunnels? Oh, wait, is there a fucking dill underneath our base?
No, it's not underneath your guys' base. It's just underneath everything. Because I found diamonds.
Yeah, if I could say, I found diamonds too.
Never said anything about it.
It's probably a good thing, because like in the beginning, Mac was a little grabby with shit.
Yeah.
No, we went to the Nether and got some obsidian last night, and that's kind of when we stopped. But no, I have a fuck ton of diamonds. I have like maybe around 15 to 20 diamonds. I have a bunch of the fucking red shit. I have a bunch of the blue shit, and a bunch. I've got a handful of the green shit. And I found we're at where obsidian is, so the moment we get anyone pulls a diamond pickaxe and starts mining obsidian, we'll have obsidian. Because I built my cavern, or I built my mine shaft down into a cavern that was already kind of pre-built, or already kind of there. And apparently, I didn't realize, but I built my mine like right next to a fucking river chasm or whatever that like made obsidian. So like we found that the other day whenever you got off.
I started watching Castlevania.
Oh, the Netflix series.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first season and a few episodes into the second season, but I like got busy, and then just never finished the second season.
Yeah, I'm still at a few episodes into the second season. And honestly, if that car crash hadn't happened, I would be finishing it up right now and then just going to bed. But, yep.
Remember when that fucking old lady ran me off the road when I went up to go play D&D with you guys?
Yeah. Fucking wild.
Yeah, no, I was so pissed when that shit happened, because I'm going down the road, and it's that, like, thin lane fucking country road to the side, you know? So, like, it can barely fit one vehicle, you know?
Yeah.
And here's this crazy bitch going down the center of it, and then she swerves towards me and takes me off the fucking road. And I go, what the fuck? And I go into the ditch, and like my heart's fucking racing, because like if I hadn't have turned, it would have been a head-on collision. And someone would have probably died. I'm assuming it would have been her. But yeah, I don't think fucking Granny was gonna make it after that, you know what I mean? And so I pull out and I go, what the fuck? And like she like hits the brakes and stops with an earshot. She hears me say that. Like I'm fucking pissed. And I turn and look and I'm like, are you alright? Like I'm thinking grandma's doped up or some shit. That fucking old lady. And then she turns and she's like, you don't have any kids in there, do you? And I just go, no. She's like, oh, I was just worried they were kids. And I'm like, oh, evidently not, or you would have fucking not done that shit. I'm like, pay attention on the road and go home before you kill somebody.
Oh no. One person sent to hospital after drinking. You wanna guess what it is?
Please don't tell me it's semen.
No. Second guess?
Piss?
Close.
Shit?
Final guess. Nope, it's Bella Delphine's bathwater.
Wait, what?
Yep, one person sent to hospital after drinking the internet personality's bathwater.
Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, I was watching Inside Gaming today, and they were talking about, like, the Xbox and shit, and in the background of one of the news articles they had, there was an ad for Bella Delphine selling bathwater.
Yeah, they probably do that just to fuck with people.
Ugh. Yeah, I worked 9.5 hours today from like 12:30 to 9:30, and I got overtime hour pay for it.
I got my hours semi-cut from 36 to like 31, something like that.
Why?
Just because the regional manager came in and said that if we kept up our 3 to 5s, or 3 to closes instead of 5 to closes, that we would run out quite a bit of labor, so she changed everything around. Oh well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I figure I'd go up and stop by and see Ryan and Sean up in around the Haze area and then head up to yours afterwards. Normally I wouldn't have even stopped just because my truck doesn't have AC, but we're gonna take my brother's vehicle.
Oh yeah?
And
Which is much better? What does he
yeah,
have?
it actually has fucking AC. It's like a early 2000s truck instead of mine being an early 1990, late 1880. Because mine's an 89, but it was manufactured right before 1990, so it has some of the bells and whistles of the newer models of the 90 era, but it's still like built like an older model of the 80 era. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. I agreed with you and then realized that I was still muted.
I'm enjoying this fucking game, but goddamn, it's hard as shit.
Oh yeah? Was it that fucking,
Wizard of Legend. There's a reason there's a co-op option. That's how fucking hard this game is. Where it's like, we recommend you play with a friend. Or you will die. Where the fuck is the healer? There he is. I got on and I was gonna play Castlevania Symphony. Can't fucking talk today.
Symphony?
Just Symphony of the Night, yeah. But it was like, we can't stream this game, and I went, well, that's bullshit. Fuck you, tree man. Come here, baby. Did you have a rough night? Did you have a rough puppy night? Oh, poor thing. Jesus. This game is literally just try to make it as far as you can and keep getting spells. And that's it. I was ranting before you came into my party, Josiah.
About what?
It was about how, like, YouTubers I'd watched in the past and, like, Twitch streamers and, like, how... and, like, Fortnite and a bunch of shit. So basically I was like... I don't know if you ever watched, like, Minilad and all them. But basically, there was the Vanoss crew and stuff, and like half of that crew became sellouts for Fortnite, and they kind of showed their true colors. And basically, one of them got really big, and his name was Minilad. And then he decided he only wanted to do like meme content, like meme streams, where he would just watch memes. But he was a known channel for playing video games. And I said that that was a dumb decision. And I was like, you can't just flip a 180, be like, this is the thing I've done, and now I have like 5 million people who watch me for this one thing, watch me switch it and never do that thing again, and I expect to lose half of my audience. Like he even says, he's like, my audience is divided. He's like, it's divided in half completely. And he's like, but I'm gonna do 2 channels, one for video games, one's for memes. But he didn't do that, and now all he does is just fucking memes. So like, he was making bank off of just him playing video games and playing with his friends, but he stopped playing with his friends, and then he only started fucking doing meme content. And like, he had bought like a Porsche or whatever and had it shipped to America, and he had to give it up, and now he's like, and then he bought a super expensive house, and now he's having to give that up because he can't pay for the fucking mortgage, and he's blaming like ads and like YouTube's adpocalypse, and having to censor himself. Well, he mutes his shit and censors his shit, but like Fitz and Swagger and the people from the Misfits group have never had to do that, and they're fine, so you kind of don't have as much sympathy for him. And I basically just said, like, fuck him, because he's a fucking idiot who expected to change everything from people who wanted one specific thing out of him. And I relayed that to myself, like how I like to, and it was a concept that was brought up to me. It was like, hey man, I always see you playing like just video games in general, but like there's a lot of times where you'll play like lesser known games. And I go, yeah, I like to mix it up. I don't like to just play mainstream games. I like to play every game. And I said I don't like people who can just play mainstream games like that. That shit. It's kind of just there's more shit out there, and there's different consoles and a bunch of other stuff. So there's like always more stuff. So it'd be fun to play it all. And I basically went on like a rant about how everyone who just plays popular shit to make money, it's fucking stupid. And then I relate it back into like the whole mini thing. But I was just like, nope, I was brutally honest and like kind of just fucking railed him about it. I thought it was interesting. I didn't know if you had a opinion on this subject matter. If you have anyone like on YouTube that you watch that had pulled a 180, where they just stopped doing the content they were known for. Hey, what you thought of it?
I didn't hear the part that you cut out.
Oh, what part did I cut out at?
I just came back to change content and what you thought about that. I'm like, I don't know what you mean.
Did you miss the entire conversation?
No, I heard all of your bit about like ranting with Mealad and everything. I just didn't hear the part where you apparently asked for my opinion on some topic, but I don't even know what the topic you're asking.
I had asked him like, have you ever watched a channel that like flipped a bitch and like they were known for doing like one thing and they were really good at it, and then they decided they were gonna switch it up and it didn't work out for them, or you didn't personally like it?
I don't think so, honestly.
So it's kind of a rare thing, isn't it?
I have no idea.
But like, I was saying, I was basically like stating, I was like, you know, if you look back at like PewDiePie, and I hate using him as an example, but he is a pretty good example for this one specific thing, is like he plays video games, but he also does like meme shit, and that's kind of what Minilad copied, but then Minilad went into like just memes. But like, not even PewDiePie, who's well received and has millions of people that will never question him, does just that, and like he went in thinking he was gonna be fucking perfectly fine. Like, what a fucking idiot. And I was like, it sucks because like a lot of my favorite content creators were from the reason I think I like Misfits and all that group now, with like Swagger, Toby on the Telly, and Bits, and like, and I like Smitty, even though he's not technically associated with him, but he does play with him and he's a friend, is because like they just do their own thing and they don't ever change it, and it's actually like really nice. And like, yeah, they'll do sponsored deals, but like they're never just in it for the money, and they're just pretty cool people. So I always thought that the reason I liked the Vanoss crew is I thought that was what they were like in the beginning, but like they all just kind of split up and went their separate ways, and just most of it was for cash and money or stupid shit in Fortnite, and I just thought it was dumb. So I think the reason I fell into the Misfits is because I lost touch with like that group of people. What do you usually watch when you watch YouTube?
Basically there's 3 channels, and it's Funhouse, ISAR Productions, and Call Me Kevin are the 3 YouTubers YouTube channels I watch.
What do they all do? I know what
Funhouse
does,
gameplay.
but like, it's all just video games, right?
Yeah.
So
ISAR Productions does kind of very meany shit in video games, and so does Call Me Kevin, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
So if Funhouse was to just do like reactions to meme videos and never do like gameplay and shit again, how would that make you feel?
I'd watch it for a bit to see how it is, and if it's shit, I'd probably be like sad.
And that's kind of what happened with me. Like, did you ever watch Vanoss and all them?
A bit, like, way long ago.
Were you ever a fan, or?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, see, I was always a fan of them, watching them, just because I didn't think each of them individually was like a good comedian, but like, kind of like whenever you get us in a group, like they do funny shit whenever they're together, you know? And yeah. I loved watching them because like originally it was like Mini Lad, I Am Wildcat, Vanoss, Smitty, Cryos. They had fucking everybody, and it was just fucking really good, and I liked it. Because like they were all just bouncing back and forth between one another, and it was just like really good comedy. But then like they all kind of like went their separate ways, and like half of those guys went on to Fortnite and sucked the Fortnite dick for fame, and like that really pissed me off. And then like Mini kind of went his separate way, but he was still playing video games and playing with different people, so like he was playing with the Misfits group. But you can kind of get a feeling that like he's playing with them because he won't go back to Vanoss and that group, which is fucking stupid. I don't know. There's just something there that just makes it dumber than it is. And it's kind of annoying. But like he went to where he got to a point where he was like, I think he hit like 5 million or whatever, and he split off, and he's like, I'm gonna lose half of my fans because I just want to do memes, so I'll do 2 different channels. I'll do memes and gameplay. But he never did that, and like he lost a lot of people, and then like he thought he had made it big, and he got like a new house and that was worth a fuckload of money, and a new fucking vehicle with a fuckload of money, and just was not smart about any of it. And just kind of showed his true colors. Like, it's just really stupid. It'd be like as if one of the dudes from Funhouse split from the group. Like one of your favorite guys, and just kind of like talk shit and treated the rest of the group like ass, and just completely ignored the fact that he was famous thanks to their help and like the shit they did together as a group. Like, how would you think if that happened with one of their team members?
I don't know, honestly.
I know this is all like rhetorical or like hypothetical and whatever. Hypothetical, I meant. But like that's kind of what happened with that, and it sucks. So like, you introduced me to Funhouse, and I think Funhouse was something that I was missing, because I love Rooster Teeth by themselves, and like their little podcast stuff. But Funhouse does like the exact same thing. But like, I just haven't had a whole lot of time to hop into it. But like, just watching their inside gaming videos makes me happy. Lawrence is fucking an idiot, and I love him. So I've generally enjoyed it, and like I used to be a fan of Game Grumps, but like it's not so much that they like changed or did anything bad. It's just their episodes are kind of hit and miss, because it's the two of them, and the entire concept of the comedy is like the banter between the two, which would make sense, but they just get into such prolonged playthroughs, and Aaron gets really negative, so I've just been like, like
I just can't stand someone who can play a game and be cynical the entire time. So I like lost touch with Game Grumps, but I'll like rewatch it just for like Danny. But I've just kind of been like missing like some good YouTube content to watch. Like good channels, something that resonates with me. But I also like, whenever I stream, I like to do a specific style, and I like to think that I like based it off of some of the people I used to like to watch, but I'm also don't want to get to the same point that some of them got to, where they just like completely changed as human beings for worse, not better. And on that subject, are there any new games coming out this next month that you are interested in, Josiah?
I'm sorry, what? I was trying to find a funny thing to show you.
Are there any new games coming out here really soon or currently that you're interested in?
Soon?
Or did you see that the new Wolfenstein is co-op?
No. I don't know. The next game that I'm definitely interested in is Cyberpunk, but past that, I don't even know what's coming out soon.
I've just been really hoping for like a really good multiplayer game to play, because like recently it's just been kind of like an on and off. And when I went and played EDF, the one that we got, it is so shitty.
Yeah, that other one. Yeah.
Ugh. God, it's so bad. Compared to the other one we played, it is dog shit. And normally whenever a Japanese release gets tailored to an American audience, it actually sucks dick. But on this occasion, that is not true.
Fuck is penguin? That will be on your gravestone. It's people think sexuality is just you get put in a box. I like animals. I like fucking dead people. There's a whole lot of crossover. What about fucking dead animals? Are humans?
That's all. That is fucking amazing. I fucking love him. Like he is my spirit animal.
Are humans the only animals that have hymens? I mean, I resign myself to basically ingesting about 4 or 5 ounces of semen in a given day. Spider-Man doesn't have a brother or sister, so he can't fuck anybody. That is basically every male's fantasy, that your brother is sterile, so your mom has to fuck you instead, so that he can live forever? Yeah.
Is that your fantasy?
I mean, it's. I think a lot of dudes probably they don't want to be the first pick for your mom. You kind of want to be the default. You want to be the second place for your hot brother who does so many steroids. Do you ever have a dream you accidentally had sex with your like mom or sister or teacher? So every day you have to wake up thinking that. Think about how gay people were when there were no cell phones.
Everything tight.
What the fuck?
I just like that's done so much. They have gay people without cell phones.
Like, holy shit. That was a lot to take in a few minutes.
Oh yeah, it's a combination of Lawrence being a lovable weirdo.
Is Lawrence married?
He has a girlfriend. He was married.
Whoa, he got divorced?
Yeah.
That's sad.
If you watch the early Funhouse content, it's a lot of playing off of that and Lawrence's alcoholism.
Wait, he was an alcoholic?
Is. I mean, it's
Is
a
that what
running
it is?
gag. It's that Lawrence likes tequila. Like, there's a scene where, God, he stares into the camera and slowly raises a bottle of booze, and I don't remember what it is.
I guess I could see him as being kind of a drunkie, but God damn.
It's in this.
I would.
It's in this same video, but he says this.
I didn't even know San Francisco was real. You can trick a kid.
It was that first thing. I didn't even know San Francisco was real. I don't remember what fucking everything else was with that.
I didn't even know San Francisco was real. You can trick a kid into consenting to anything. Imagine running so fast you become Asian. That's what happens when the rage takes over. You're gonna dance the terror away.
Jesus Christ.
Turn. Majorer? Majorer? That's the name of the character. The mask. No.
They interviewed Reggie from fucking Nintendo at one point, and Lawrence, just to be a shit, wore a shirt that just said Majorer's mask. It pissed him off.
Wait, he pissed.
Reggie from Nintendo off.
Jesus.
He's like, Majorer? It's the name of the character. No.
They're funny, and aren't they like run by Rooster Teeth too?
It's a whole tiered system apparently now, because Rooster Teeth is then also owned by something else. It's whole fucked up, but yeah, they became part of Rooster Teeth before all of that happened anyway.
So, what time is it? 1 in the morning. Do you work tomorrow, Josiah?
No, I do not.
Okay. Trying to think. We still need to, well, together. I know you've beaten it already, but we still need to beat World War Z. I don't want to do it tonight just because I know that like here in a bit I'll eventually have to get off, just because like I stayed up till 6 in the morning playing fucking Minecraft. And like generally almost passed out from exhaustion at work today. Ugh. How are you getting along with your coworkers now, Josiah?
Better.
Nothing stupid happened recently?
No.
That's good. Ugh. Yeah, when I come down, I'm gonna go through Hayes to see Sean and shit, but I'm also a little concerned, just because, like, I want to go see Ryan and them.
Sean
No, not-
doesn't live in Hayes, right?
Oh no, I know. He lives, like an hour away.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Do I need to go through Hayes to get to where you're at, or can I just go through Seanstown?
You can go through Seanstown to get to where I am, or through Hayes to get to where I am. Either way, it doesn't matter. They're both 2 hours away, it just depends on if you want to do highway driving and then on the interstate, or just straight interstate driving. But just judging by where you are coming from, let me do some quick map stuff. So yeah, you can go through either way. The longer way is to go to Hayes and then here.
Oh really? It's longer to go through Hayes?
Yeah, but it's also not taking you through Hayes, so I think if you go... Because yeah, the way this has you go through is you go up into Dodge City, and then over to Great Bend, and that's where you can hit Sean up and onward, which is just right next to it. But from there, your better bet is probably to go up to Hayes. I don't know. If you want to hit both, that's going to be... You're going to go an hour out of your way.
I don't know if I want to hit both, and that was what I was going to say, is because, you know how, like, things didn't end super well for me, and, one of the roommates... and I told Ryan about it, and you know, it's John. I told Ryan about it. I was like, John was a dick to me. He's like, well, John was on a new batch of antidepressants, and he told everybody he was sorry. I'm like, yeah, but he didn't tell me, and I had no fucking clue. So you literally told me like a few months ago. So Ryan says that the reason John was probably a dick to me is because he was reacting to his new meds. But I also just, I don't know. The shit they pull with my dog too, out of all of them though, he was the best to my dog, but it was still like, there's a lot of bad blood, you know what I mean? It was just like, he fucked me over with rent. Tony and Ryan fucked me over with my dog. And then the other fucking roommate would literally steal my shit. And not give a fuck. And it was annoying as fuck. And then like, I told Ryan, I'm like, the last month I stayed there, John tried to make me pay a full month for only me being there for like a week. And I was like, that was pretty fucked. I don't care what kind of fucking meds you were on, that's fucked beyond belief. Especially because I wasn't getting groceries, I was paying for my own food, and like I literally was working or getting my shit packed, yada yada yada, and figuring out stuff with like transferring credits and a bunch of other stuff, because you know, like I was dealing with school problems, and I was putting in my deal to transfer to the other loves down here in Gaiman, so it was like there was just so much bad shit that like I don't think I could feel casually comfortable around them, if that makes sense. Like Ryan and his brother are fine, because if I'm not having them as roommates, it's not such a bad deal. Like I have some forgiveness for like the dog shit, just because they've never really had a fucking pet, but like them literally letting her shit in front of the door and like all that stuff, that was a bad deal. And like I had her already well trained and stuff, and she's perfectly fine now. I haven't had a problem with her. She's been a good puppy, and she handled this 4th of July really good. She was a good dog. You were a good puppy. It was just that, and then like getting fucked over because like I was told that like rent would be like 200 something, and then it would be whatever you got with groceries added on. But then like a bunch of shit happened, and they were like, well, we decided to get a different place, so now it's gonna be more expensive, which that was kind of understandable, but like he bought a fucking house, so, and I didn't have my own fucking room, like all that situation was just a little like I was getting the shittiest end of the stick, because Ryan doesn't give a fuck. Ryan didn't give a fuck about any of it, because Ryan's fucking parents were helping him pay for it. And it wasn't until just now that Ryan apparently got a job at Dillon's and is starting to get his shit in order. But I was paying out of fucking cash, and then he's like, well, whatever you don't pay, you'll just owe me. And I'm like, no offense, but like I would rather owe a bank than a person, and I like to pay my shit up front. And if I can't fucking afford it, there's no reason for me to be here, is pretty much what I said. And then like I had that fucking shitty stuff with the school and that fucking bitch of an advisor or whatever. Like that was some pretty fucked shit.
Wait, quick question. Where do you think you and Bryce are staying?
That's what I was gonna ask, actually. Because I have no idea.
Yeah, fair.
See, I didn't know if... I don't know. See, because I didn't know if I could just chill in your room. Or we'd just sleep on the floor or some shit. Because that's something we would literally do. Or whatever. I don't know. I gotta figure... Because I don't want to fucking rent a hotel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Just because I don't have a whole lot of cash, and whatever cash I do have, I want to spend having a good time up there. Like,
yeah. In my head,
technically, it would probably be the night of the 23rd and 24th.
Well, and cause see, I live half an hour away from Steven. So in my head, how this would work is that you could crash here the 23rd, and then we would go to Stevens on the 24th, and then crash at Stevens, and then all of us crashing at Stevens on the 24th, if Bethany's okay with it, and that's gonna be the big thing.
Okay.
That we're gonna have to start, you know, pulling strings with that one.
Why does she get temperamental about that stuff?
I mean, so she's okay if it's just me crashing every now and again. You know, just like, oh, me and Steve, like I came over, we drank, and then I'm just chilling here for the night. She's fine with that, but she was upset that one of Steven's high school friends came and stayed 2 nights up there, because I guess at first she was told it would only be 1 night, and then it turned into 2, and she was upset because he just kind of like was on their couch for 2 nights. So she, like, nobody told me the first night, and then even after that, it was 2 nights. So it's like she was.
I feel like though it's not so much the person or the situation; it's more on the line that she wasn't informed, and that place is just as much hers as it is Steven's. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I can get that aspect. Yeah, we'd better get that stuff checked out. So if you can get a hold of Steven and double check, just because I know it's easier for you to do that. Because
Probably
I didn't know.
tomorrow.
Yeah, because I figured if all else failed, me and my brother could maybe just crash in your room for a day or two. I figured it wouldn't be an issue, because, like, my brother's annoying, but he's not unbearable.
I think she'll be fine with it if she knows that it's like, oh, we're celebrating Hunter's birthday, so we're going out for the night and then come back and we're going to be drunk, so she won't want us to drive anywhere. So I think
Technically, Bryce would be our DD.
Technically, but we all know that somehow he's going to get something.
That motherfucker will fucking find a way. Not to mention, apparently, I don't know if it works in Kansas, but in Oklahoma, if you have a military license, you can override the I have to be 21 to drink.
I mean, I feel like if he shows the military license here in Manhattan, just because of the base, most people will be like, okay, you're good.
So then then he can probably get away with it then.
Yeah, because I think something about, like, it's the 3rd largest, like, Air Force base in the country or something. It's something big. I don't know, I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I also need to check and see how many bars will allow a 20-year-old in there. Yeah, because I don't, it's been...
Only, like, 2 or 3 of them even carded us when we walked in.
So how many bars are there?
At least 2. It's probably close to 10-ish.
Sure.
Just, it depends on what you like in a bar. Because there's a fair handful of, Western-ish bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, are you comfortable going to just Western-ish bars?
I just am saying that's what they've got mostly. And then there's for some reason a Caribbean themed bar. Bethany likes that one.
That one sounds kind of cool.
Because they've got all the nice, sweet, fruity drinks.
Yeah, I know that I'm a fan of fruity drinks. Like, I'll drink everything and I'll drink hard shit, but, like, man, I am a fan of fucking alcohol that tastes good. But no, I figured we'll probably just go out on the town, maybe early day if we can, maybe go watch a movie or something, and then the rest of the day just get fucked up. Kind of like we did for my birthday last year.
Except this time I can drink. And,
yeah, I
Louise
felt so bad. Oh my fucking god. Dude, that pissed him off whenever I told you were in charge. He was like, why is Josiah in charge? I've been your friend for longer. And I'm like, yeah, which means I've known your shit. And I don't fucking trust you. Yeah. Me and Luis aren't really... How do I describe it? Like, me and Ryan will always be cool. Like, that's just a given. Ryan... I would consider Ryan my best friend, but, like, we're also those people who can, like, just not talk to each other for a while and still, like, have that, you know? Probably like you and Steven. But I feel like you and Steven see each other a lot more now.
Yeah, no, we do. Just because
But I know
we're
you didn't
half an hour away
always.
from each other. Yeah, there were a few points where we were not seeing each other for like 6 months.
Yeah, and that's probably what's going to start happening with me and Ryan. And I mean, you know, shit happens. But like me and Luis, we've always had problems just because like he's one of those dudes who's like, I mean, he's an okay guy, but he's a shitty friend. Like a really shitty friend. Like he'll fuck you over in a moment's notice, especially if it's for a girl. And if it's an underage girl, he's fucking hopping on that shit like no other. So that already pisses me off royally, because like I call people out on their bullshit and he can't. He's a pussy, so if you call him out on his shit, instead of acknowledging it and being like, oh, he'll be like, fuck you, you don't understand me, maybe I am a fuck up, and then he just emotionally breaks down, which is why I don't like drinking with him. Which is why I put you in charge for my birthday last time, because the last time I drank with Luis and Ryan, we were in high school, and right before college was fixing to start, and me, Ryan, and Luis, decide, hey, we're all gonna get fucked up on tequila. And Ryan lies every time I tell this fucking story, but basically they talk about how they're disappointed in one another and how like they've hit rock bottom with their depression, because Ryan has depression, but Luis has bitch boy depression. Like I have depression, so notice me depression. Like it's not authentic, like it's just him lashing out. It's the shit that gives people who actually have depression a bad name. And fucking... Yeah, me and Ryan have always just been kind of slowly growing more and more tired of Luis's shit. And like, he supposedly got his stuff together, but like, the problem is Luis is literally just a, hey, I'm good, and then 2 weeks later, like, I was never good, it was all a lie. And it gets annoying as shit. Because, like, you can't trust him, you can't believe anything he says, and then he'll fuck you over. So, like, near the end of high school, we were growing apart, and then, like, every time I try to talk to him or vent to him like I did in high school, he wants to fucking preach to me. Except he's not religious, he's just preaching on things on how I should do, even though he's the person who shouldn't be giving you advice. It's just, you know, like, when I get upset, I'll talk to people, and I'll voice my opinion, but, like, I just want to be heard. And if you do have something to say, I do appreciate the contribution, but like, don't take a moral high ground type shit, and then treat my stuff like I'm an idiot, because that doesn't like reaffirm or make you feel good at all, and that's the problem with him. So, he's supposedly good now that he read a book about life, but I don't think it's gonna last. And he's self-absorbed, and he's always been, so like, if shit does get good for him, he doesn't want me or Ryan around, basically. He's one of those people who doesn't need friends. He just wants friends to be noticed. But when shit's going his way, he doesn't need to be noticed, and he drops his friends at a heartbeat. And I've realized this shit over the years, and like, my parents have expressed that they don't like him because they think he's a bitch. My stepmom was his counselor, like his legitimate counselor, and she's like, my problem with the counseling sessions is if I would actually try to help him with his problems, he would preach to me on how he thinks he should be taken care of, and he was selfish and a prick, so she always hated Luis, and I never figured out why. But now that she's no longer his counselor, like, she's not held by those bars, like, she's not even a counselor anymore, so she has no fucking confidentiality shit. Like, she could probably get in trouble for it, but like, Luis isn't gonna do shit. It basically, I had a problem with like all my friends that I made in like Ulysses High School. They all just changed and turned into like really fucking twisted motherfuckers. And like the ones who were fucked to begin with got their shit together, but the ones who weren't fucked got their shit tore up. So like the class clown's got his shit together. He's not well off, but he's okay. And a few of the others have their shit kind of together. So it's reassuring in that aspect, but it's like it sucks when like the people you think are closest to you aren't, and then the people that you didn't consider the closest ones to you really were. It's good and bad in a sense. And like I felt bad because my friend Caden, when he came down to like drink with me and have a good time, he basically works, but he has so much free and spare time that like he's like, hey, I want you to hang out with us, but he lives in fucking Dodge and I can't make that trip constantly, or he lives near Dodge. So like I can't hang out with him, so we've lost touch, and he's kind of become more friends with some of our other friends that weren't necessarily mainstays, but like they were good kids. And he basically told me, he's like, we're not as close as we used to be. In fact, like me and this one guy are now a lot closer. And it's kind of like how you and me were before you left Dodge. So, and all of my friends I used to have in this town in Guyman suck dick. Like everyone just turned into a douchebag, and I don't know why. Did you have any friends in like high school and shit that like?
I mean, Avery.
You. Okay, so I guess you can relate in that aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, Avery did to you what my friend Javen did to me when we were roommates. And I generally think that that was really fucked up of him. Because he treated you like garbage, Avery.
Yeah. But I told you
Like-
basically everything that happened with him.
Yeah, he told you that like you were garbage at one point, and then that like they had to protect the world from you, like
Yeah.
because he
that
was trying to
the
get in the
one.
other
Yeah.
manager's pants.
Yeah, pretty much.
He basically put himself on the permanent fuckboy list.
And I ain't gonna lie, she was not attractive.
My
Not
one
attractive
coworker's
at
like,
all.
hey, my one coworker keeps going, hey man, I'm gonna hook you up with these girls. And like he's like, hey, but they're crazy, but like they're decently looking, so it's worth it. And I'm like, no. And then I meet them, and I'm like, your version of like decent and my version of decent are two different things. Cause like I told them, I'm like, I've hooked up with a crazy chick and regretted it, but like at least she was semi-attractive, so I feel a little better about it. It's still a fuck situation. But I was like, but I've also had the shittier end of that, where I was basically almost date raped. And probably would have regretted it the next day, so thankfully that didn't come to fruition. I don't know. But I was just like, everyone around me where I live, all of my old friends, all the potential like people I could make friends with or like date, they're not. I think 80% of my surrounding area has like criminal records, I shit you not. Like they're not great people. And it's not like, hey, I got a misdemeanor. It's like, hey, I did some serious fucking shit. Like, one girl in town got off of a murder, which she basically ran an old dude over because she was dicking around on her phone, and she got away with it because she said the sun got in her eyes. And an old dude lost his life because he was crossing the road to get his mail. And like, that is a well-known thing around town, and everyone's just like chill with it, and I'm just like, that's fucked. And everyone knows, even the fucking police know, but no one did shit. And I'm just like, I'm not comfortable with anything here. Like, my own family are just as sleazy. Like, they treat me like shit. All this family drama and bullshit that's happened recently. It's just been like too much to fucking deal with. And I've just really been sick of it. And like, I finally stood my ground and said fuck it. And figured, like, maybe, hey, maybe my fucking family would get their act together. No, it gets even worse because now my grandpa told me the other day, and this was really fucked up, because I told him I'm tired of having a fucking competition about who's fucking better than the other, and getting treated like shit by my uncle. And I said, so for now, I don't want to be around him. I'm not going to disown him completely, but I'm not going to be around him if I don't have to be. And my grandpa says, well, you can disown us if you want, that's fine. And he's like, so if you disown him, you're disowning me. And I go, wow, Grandpa, that's really fucked that you're just okay with me saying fuck you to my uncle, and that you're okay with just leaving my life because of it. And that recently happened, so the reason my family didn't invite me to 4th of July is actually really fucked too. Because my mom didn't invite me to 4th of July because my mom doesn't give a shit about me. My mom only gives a shit about me whenever it'll make her look good. That's a thing I've known for years. My mom only gives a shit about me when she can use me for something. And like, my dad doesn't celebrate the 4th, so like, it wasn't like I could really do anything with him anyway, and I got up at 9:30. And my brother told me about my mom's thing, and he's like, you know, we're doing that, right? And I said, well, I've heard it from everyone but Mom, and I haven't gotten invited, so it's kind of fucked. And my grandparents didn't invite me because my uncle was going to be there, and they thought I'd cause a scene, and they didn't want to risk it, I guess. So they were just like, better play it safe, I guess. Didn't even mention it. I don't know. I'm generally in the dumps right now, just because, like, my grandparents were the only family I gave a shit about, and now they're pulling the same douchebaggy shit that everyone else is, and that shit hurts. Like, a lot. Like, I didn't tell them about the, like, death threats and shit. My brother did. And I didn't tell anyone about it because I dealt with it, and I told my mom because she's my mom. Even though she doesn't give a shit, I figured I'd let her know. Like, hey, this shit happened. And yeah. Just so I could have it documented, and I documented it with the police and took care of it. That was it. And my grandpa went, are you mad at us? Are you whatever? And then my uncle acted like he'd been my best friend for years, and he's like, I'll help you out with this. What's her name? We'll track her down. We'll get this shit done. And I'm like, I've already had this shit dealt with and taken care of. It's cool. And now my uncle's told everyone that he's helped me out, even though he's a douchebag and he didn't help me out. I just tired of being treated It's like shit. And then all my cousins didn't invite me to their shit either.
Well, at least the good thing is that for your birthday you get to do some fun stuff.
That is very fair. That's the only thing I've been looking forward to this entire month, my birthday, because, like, I didn't want to spend it down here because if I spent it down here, no one would have celebrated it, no one would have wanted to do anything. And it just would have sucked. And like, I've already told my family that like, they have less value than my friends because they pull this shit and it's kind of shitty. And I don't appreciate it. So yeah, it's literally just a giant shit show. And I've just been getting dealt the worst hand at everybody else. Kinda sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad enough when your family tells you fuck you, but then when they come back and they're like, hey, we're gonna fix things, and then they just use you as a tool to make themselves look better, and you're just like, I genuinely just wanna like hang out and do something as a family, but like my family just wants to be fucking assholes. And the only one I can do shit with is my dad, and he works so fucking much. So, it's just... not been a fun time. Are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? What's the matter? Why'd you just act like you were having a stroke? Are you okay? Okay. Yeah, fireworks fuck you up. You're fine. You're fine. The one person I can relate to the most currently is my own dog. And my family gets upset at me because they're like, you like that dog more than us. And I'm like, yeah. Because somehow this dog can be less of a fuck up than the rest of you. Like, just tired. My family's like, oh, have you been working a lot? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, so that's why I haven't been around. And then they're like, well, you must not love us then. And I'm like, no, I just have a fucking job and I'm having to save up for college. It's like, would you prefer I not work? Are you gonna pay for my college? Didn't think so. No matter what I do, I can't seem to fucking please them, and I don't even want to, but it's at the point now where, like, I'm not even a second thought. Unless they can use me for something. Like, honestly, Ryan's taking a year off of school is what he told me. At least he's thinking about it. Because he's got, like, just fatigue, and he's just like, I don't want to, he's like, I don't want to burn myself out. And I'm like, I get it. And I've generally been thinking I want to take a year off too. I know it's probably not the best decision, and I know I'm probably not going to do it, but I've generally considered taking a year off this next year. I just don't think this year's been a great year for me because of, like, the haze shit, the roommate stuff, and then grandma having her heart attack and my family pulling a bunch of, like, bullshit. It just put me in a really dark place, and, like, I generally considered getting on antidepressants, and, like, grandma came back and I thought I'd feel better, but I don't. So I'm still kind of, like, considering. I just, I don't know. I know for a fact I'm not happy right now. And it sucks, because I want to be, but it's hard, and then everyone's just kind of kicking me into the fucking dirt, so I've just been trying to get myself back up and back up and back up, but, like, you can only pick yourself up so many times before you just want to stay on the fucking ground. Like, I feel like I need a vacation, so, like, this birthday shit is kind of what I've been hoping for a bit. But, like, I know I need a longer fucking vacation than that shit.
There's a pet-friendly furnished one-bedroom apartment for $395 here in Junction City.
$395 a month?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound too bad. Like, does Junction City have a Dollar Tree?
Probably.
I know for a fact once I finish school I want to move up to where you and Steven are. I've already pretty much contemplated it and I've told my grandma, I'm like, hey, whenever I finish my shit, I'm moving up there, like, no ands, ifs, or buts.
It does have a Dollar Tree. Oh, it's right there. Not gonna lie, the Dollar Tree is like 3 blocks from my house.
Junction City, isn't that city very big, or?
25,000?
Is there a lot of shit to do there?
Manhattan is only half an hour away, so I mean, if there isn't, you know.
Yeah, but Junction City by itself?
I mean, probably more to do here than there is in Guyman, Oklahoma.
That's fair.
23,000.
What all is there up there for, like, you to do to keep yourself entertained?
I mean, I have internet, so... Manhattan,
town-wise.
Kansas population is about 55,000.
Yeah, basically I think I've got at least maybe a year and a half. So if I really wanted to, I could go for this next year and then save up some extra cash during the summer, finish off a semester, take my fucking teaching tests for Kansas, and I could teach in Kansas. Because once I finish my courses, I have to take the fucking registration tests. Which I don't know how much of a bitch those will be.
Probably not too much of one.
I doubt it. But I know I have to do that, and then I know that I'll either want to teach junior high or high school. But I think I'll start off with like junior high. See what maybe they have up there. Because I gotta figure out where the fuck nearby they would be looking for teachers. I don't know. Is there a teacher shortage up by where you're at? Do you know?
I honestly have no idea about that sort of stuff. I bet you're probably at least decently safe.
Yeah, because the moment I finish all my shit and get my fucking classification, I will literally just search for fucking shit nearby. And I will move up there in a fucking heartbeat. And, if you ever want to fucking split an apartment, I'm down. Whenever you want to move out of your parents' house and stuff. Because I know that a lot of the shit that, like, sucked for you when you were a roommate about Avery is like the same shit I get pissed off over.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I'm not gonna lie, 'cause I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing here in, a year or two. But yeah.
I've always wanted to like live with friends, which is why I was super excited up in Hayes, because I finally got that chance. But like, it was bittersweet because of like the mistreatment of my dog and like kind of me being treated like a bitch, and kind of screwed out of money. Like, I had saved up so much fucking money and it was gone within that one fucking semester, so now I'm having to save up back for it.
I love a tooth. Yes, I love a tooth. I know.
Yeah, you said it was what, $350 for a pet-friendly apartment? That's a fucking steal. Is the property value in Junction like kind of low?
So from what I've been told, yes. Because there
Why
was,
is
like,
that?
a big scandal like 10 years ago. A bunch of like in-trading in the government that fell apart and destroyed the housing market because there's a bunch of developed land for real estate that just the entire deal collapsed and everyone got arrested for like a lot of corruption.
Oh, so now there's like a bunch of fucking houses just sitting around waiting for people to live in them.
That's destroying the property value, yeah.
I bet I could get a steal on a shit besides that. I wonder if there's anything cheaper than that $350. I bet there's a chance there might be.
I mean, there is. It's just I didn't say pet friendly.
The best part about having an apartment is like I can have a fucking landlord fucking fix shit. So it ain't out of my pocket. Didn't we have this talk about like your sister trying to act like she was great shit because she owned a house? And like you and me were talking about how much better it would be to have an apartment because if something goes wrong. I remember that. I told Sean I was coming up, but I don't know if Sean will fucking come up with me to go see you and Steven. I don't know any of that shit. Also,
I don't know.
yeah.
Also what?
No, I can't remember.
Something about Sean and then you moved on.
I don't think it was important. I think it was something that I had already answered earlier. Yeah, I think it was something I already answered. So it's K-State that's in Manhattan, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I've been there. I've been to Manhattan like 3 times. Almost always to visit fucking K-State, like, because I was originally planning to go to K-State, but I was gonna go to Salina.
Okay.
Okay, so like, I don't know if I've told you like my whole like changing majors thing is, but like I changed majors twice. And like, I was originally gonna go to be a vet, and like the entire time I was going to be a vet, my dad was like, I don't know, son. He's like, because I'm very like soft-hearted when it comes to animals. He's like, I don't know if you're cut out for it. So there's some shit you'll have to do that you might not want to. So I worked for a vet, you know, that was getting senile, and he was kind of fucked up. And like, I saw the darker side of veterinary clinics, and I was just like, yeah, I know it's definitely making it harder for me to want to be a vet at this point, but like, I still kind of want to do it. So I worked for that guy for about 2 years, and then I realized I ain't doing that shit. And the entire time my stepmom was like really nice to me and like really helping me out. And I thought maybe I should try out a different thing. So I went, I'm gonna do engineering. So my first year at when I started off for my first year, I thought I was gonna do engineering the summer before, but I changed my mind about that summer, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do psychology. And like, I was doing research into a bunch of majors and stuff like that, and I was just trying to see what would stick. And I went for a few years for psychology and early child care and development, like dealing with kids. And then they were like, hey, this shit blends in with teaching. So like, teaching kept getting brought up to me, and I was like, you know, I don't think I would mind too much. So that was always popping in my head, and I always remembered like how much I loved history. And then like, every time you would talk about your history classes, I was like, dude, I fucking love history, and like, I feel like I'm missing out, you know? So whenever shit went sour with the fucking psychology, and like that old racist lesbian fucking supervisor treated me like shit, so much so that like my classmates asked her to stop, it kind of showed me a bit of the darker side of that as well, and I was just like, well, it might not be my cup of tea, but I'll go for something that's at least similarly based, but I'll go my own route. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try history teaching. But I did, and so far the classes are fucking great. I've loved it. It's not super difficult. It's just, it's been trying to balance that with like working as a manager was a bit of a pain. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. And now I honestly think I'm like, yeah, this is the major for me, and most of my courses transferred. I do have to take one gen ed because I didn't finish fucking economics. And apparently I have to fucking take that. And I just hope that it's not as gay as it was at Hayes, because that economics class sucked dick.
Yeah, I remember getting a little drunk and trying to figure out how to fucking do economics.
Getting drunk and trying to figure it out?
No, I mean, we would sit there and we'd drink like 1 or 2 bottles and then try to figure it out, remember?
Oh yeah, I had you help me with my economics class, just because that was a bitch. And I could never fucking understand it. Jesus Christ, I got destroyed by that boss. But no, I just got to do that, and then I have to take a couple of online teaching classes and some history, and then
I mean,
I'll have to take some.
if they're online, if you can push all of your online classes the last semester, do all the ones you have to do on campus in your year, then you can move out at the end of the year and finish up your semester somewhere else where it's cheaper and better for you.
Well, that's true as well. I just fucking hate online classes.
I mean, if it makes it better for you, if you have to do them online anyway, you might as well do them somewhere else that you enjoy living.
Yeah. I'll try to. I think. I'll try to fucking get all these ones for next semester, as many as I can, to just be in-class classes. And then I'll do onlines later, but I think almost all the fucking teaching classes, for some reason, are fucking online. I don't know why. They just are. My dog is smothering me. Level 2.
Anyway, didn't you say you were trying to go to bed early?
Yeah, I didn't do that. I'm bad at my life.
Yeah, I was like not trying to push out of here, but also trying to help you.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it then. Talk to you later.
Alright, yeah, see you, man. Hope she gets better.
Yeah, me too.